this is Sims, and we are back with more Men of Yoshiwara, Ohgiya. And last time we got Asagiri's super happy ending, and we also did the sequel scenario, because we kind of had a shorter part. So we are going to go in and get the happy ending this time, and then do the date scenario. So we'll come in here, Chapter 10, and we'll skip through everything. And we will just choose all the wrong answers. I guess it doesn't matter. We can tell him, stop that. Stop that. I couldn't help myself. Then, after Asagiri suddenly halted, he hugged me tight. I wonder if you need some punishment for not being cute today. Right after my eyes widened at his words, I found myself pushed down on the tatami mat floor, which is where we were. Maybe we should have said stop that if he was going to punish me. An old man Asagiri. Well, I want to say that. That's only the 3-point answer. That's not the 1-point answer, but I want to do this one, though. Anyway, an old man Asagiri. What? You don't want me to get all gray and wrinkly. No, it's not that. I just imagined it a little. Oh, and what kind of old man was I? One that isn't too different from how you are now. Yeah, you'll probably be flawlessly beautiful and barely wrinkled. Now, I'm not sure if you just imagined me as young-looking, or if I'm a little crusty now. I think I'll not ask about that. Asagiri talked with such a wide variety of expressions that it was a very fun conversation. Okay. You think I'm crusty now? No, I just think that you're probably going to barely be wrinkled. And you'll be slightly gray. People will be like, what are you, like 40? I'm 87. Oh, yeah, we don't need to save. The last chapter, Asagiri's parents. The coat I had given to Asagiri became the talk of Yoshiwara, making it all the more popular. Because of that, the women of the island started to wear Western clothes made from kimono fabric. We didn't have to go out of our way to import materials from the mainland or abroad. Our special fabrics proved vibrant enough for Western-style garments. But more importantly, the Somei family business virtually exploded into prosperity. And as a result... Spacey, I can't wait to see you in a white kimono. But what would you say to a dress, too? A bride must wear a white kimono, my dear. Isn't that right, Spacey? Well... Mother, you haven't forgotten that Spacey looks wonderful no matter what she wears, have you? Of course I remember. She is my daughter. And besides, Mother, don't you want to have her change all throughout the ceremony? We do not do such things on this island. Well, isn't a marriage strange on this island to begin with? And that is precisely why the duty lies with us, to throw a ceremony that will be acknowledged by its dwellers. True, true. I suppose that means I'll be the only one to see the different flavors of a Spacey then. Oh, my. Now our mother... Oh, really? You're going to clutch your pearls now, Mom? You sent me to a whorehouse. Like, to get pregnant. Oh, fine. We'd been having this conversation for days now. My mother had regained her zest once business picked up. Asagiri, too, had wasted no time in leaving the pleasure house. With that, we wanted to have our wedding immediately, but unfortunately we were stuck like this. Spacey, Asagiri certainly is mean, isn't he? What? Not at all, Mother. I'm always nice. Or at least I try to be. You'll take my side, won't you, Spacey? Well, she's not going to take sides. Spacey, she's just too nice for that. Actually, And just as I was at the end of my rope, pardon the intrusion, Musashi appeared, as reserved as can be. Now a sliver, wow. I was thinking silver lining, and that's why I read it, and I was like, the lining isn't there, what? Oh my god. This, a sliver of divine favor. What's the matter, Musashi? Well... Strangely enough, Musashi seemed tongue-tied. He turned his eyes to Asagiri. Is it something to do with me? It is. You see... Come on, no need to delay. Well, two people saying that they're your parents have arrived and are rather... perturbed. What? I was surprised. too surprised, and exchanged glances with Asagiri. I'd heard that Asagiri's parents were candiers from the mainland, but... You! It seemed that they had gone around the mainland, saw an advertisement for Yoshiwara, then I heard that he'd come to this island and become a courtesan. I can't really imagine how surprised they would be. So he ran away and they didn't know he was a courtesan. I mean, I guess they wouldn't, because otherwise they would have come and yanked him back. Well, you know what I mean? Like, if he ran away to the island as a child, well, like, young, like, right? They would have run to find him. Like, now they can't have nothing to do, but at a certain point, he was still a child. Kind of like here, now, oh, kids, what are you, 10, 11? We sell you to the whorehouse. You know what I mean? Like, even if he was like 13 or 14, at some point it's like, you're not an adult, your parents come take you back, you know? His mother had said she couldn't believe it, but here she was, looking at him and crying. I'm really sorry. Then why? Why? I'm sorry. But this is the only way I can live. Asagiri gently stroked his mother's back. So you up and disappeared on us for years? Do you have any idea how much we looked for you? And when we do find you, you've been selling your body. And now you're marrying the daughter of this prestigious store? Just what are you thinking? You say all of that like it's a bad thing. I mean, I get you're selling your body and now you're going to marry into wealth? What the fuck is wrong with you? Wait a minute. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Well, hey, isn't it better that I marry rather than stay a courtesan? That isn't the issue here. So it isn't. I'm sorry, Mother. Please dry your tears. I wondered what I could say in the midst of this strange, sad, awkward air. Then, I'm certain that you have a lot to think about after this reunion years in the making. We're in no hurry to have the wedding, so perhaps we can carry on, if you give your permission, after talking it through as a family. Mother was a picture of calm. I could feel a gentleness in her voice, empathy from one parent to another. Asagiri's parents exchanged looks. Forgive us for acting so. This is, after all, a wonderful business. Your daughter, too, is beautiful and proper. I do not want to oppose the marriage itself. Oh my, thank you very much. It's all so sudden, knowing my own son was a courtesan. I can imagine. I'd be devastated if it were my daughter. But we don't have to worry about that, because only men go to the whorehouses. The mothers have the same voice, I don't know, whatever. And so, Mother and Asagiri's parents talked it over. They ordered us to have an official relationship first. We've had an official relationship. We've been having a lot of official Oh, you meant like dating and not just fucking each other. Okay, sure. The wedding would come after that. Perhaps they understood each other quickly as parents. And it's funny because it's almost like, I mean, in all the other ones, I don't think I've ever really okay, it's very bizarre because in some of them, it's very clear that, well, the date scenario is usually always somewhere in the middle of the path. You know, that's where it's supposed to come. Because it's always when there's still a courtesan. The sequel seems to always follow along, for the most part, after the super happy ending. In this case, it's like, oh, well, this almost makes more sense to do, and then do the super happy ending. Because the super happy ending is like relying on this. Like, oh, we got married, but we had to have a proper thing, you know, his parents wanted us to have a proper relationship or whatever. Or was that in the sequel? Maybe that was in the sequel. So it's weird. It's weird. Because, like, some of them seem to follow. You're like, oh, this one would come after that one. This one comes after that. And then this one, it's, like, really weird because it's almost like you do this. Then you do the happy ending. Then you do the sequel. And then that kind of flows like parents come and say you have to have a proper relationship. Then you finally get married. Then you're going to visit them. And you're discussing about that proper relationship that you had here. Not that it matters. It's not like there's any spoilery things. It's just, it's weird how sometimes it follows a certain pattern, but not everyone is like that. It's not like every path where, oh, okay, well, it makes more sense the happy ending, then the super happy ending, then the sequel. It's weird. Anyway, and so, for days following Asagiri's parents' arrival, Just as promised, we worked hard to have an official relationship. Soon on our days off like this, we would enjoy walks together, but I have to wonder, how long do we have to keep this up? Asagiri muttered under his breath, "You don't enjoy spending time with me, Jesus. Until your parents accept our relationship." Now that sounds rehearsed. Aren't you bored of this, Spacey? Asagiri, no! Stop! Asagiri pulled me in by the waist. "You have to have a proper relationship. No sex before marriage." Well, it's too late for that. I hurriedly tried to push him away, making him pout and sigh. Boring. Must you be so serious? The only one who's looking at us is the sun. Asagiri, you're not serious enough. I know. Oh, come to think of it, being opposites may have drawn us together. Because I'm quite fond of your seriousness. Really? Well, if I can, I hope to do something about the too serious side of me. You're best as you are, Spacey. But isn't it boring being with me? You think so? You think I'd be with you now were it boring? I love everything about you, and that's why I'm with you. He put his arms around me ever so gently. Everybody needs an Asagiri in their life, I'm just saying. Even though I knew we shouldn't. It's sometimes weird because, it doesn't skip the line, it leaves it. Anyway, I couldn't push him away. We can at least do this, right? A loving hug. It was soft, and it was loving. As the light breeze blew on us, bringing the scent of grass to our nostrils, I put my arms around his back as well. I love everything about you too, Asagiri. Thank you, Spacey. And so, for a little bit, in a place with no one else, with only the sun to watch us, we hugged each other. Now this is good. Your cooking is always the best. I had spread out the lunch I had spent my early morning making. Asagiri filled his mouth with it, looking like a picture of happiness. I'm glad you like it. Of course I like it. I love everything you make. But the food at the pleasure house was always wonderful, wasn't it? And so rich. True. But it didn't have much in the way of flavor, I suppose. It didn't have that feel, that handmade feel, that lover's touch. He chuckled as he spoke, his face mischievous. My cheeks grew heated at that, just a little. I was happy enough, even now. Even without marrying, even unable to touch him as I wished. This was enough for me. Spacey. To my surprise, Asagiri said my name seriously. My heart took a leap. Since we started this whole official pure stuff. Yes? I realized just how sorry a job I was doing of showing you how I feel. What do you mean? Well, I thought all I had to do was hug you, kiss you, and more, and that was it. But now that isn't allowed. Asagiri, if you were sad, I'd just kiss your tears away. If you wanted love, I'd take you where you stood as passionately as I wanted. Sometimes when we say love, we don't mean that kind of love, Asagiri, like Jesus. I need to feel loved, and he's trying to fuck you. I mean, that's not what I meant! The sun's light gently reflected in his sad, narrowed eyes. What you doing? Don't be naughty, don't poop on my couch. Good birdie. A pain began to take root in my chest. And now, things like hugging your shoulders, kissing your cheek, old habits like that, but things like that. You can't hug, you can't probably hold hands, can't give a kiss on the cheek. That's not a pure relationship. Oh my god, those are affectionate things that people should be able to do. And those have been taken away from me. It's hard to show you how I feel. Seriously? Really? You got me loud like that? Oh, what should I do? I wanted to touch Asagiri right now. I wanted to hold him, to kiss him. I wanted to let him know, too, how I loved him with the entirety of my being. I know how, Asagiri. I know how much you care about me. But what should I do when I want to show you that? Right now, I feel so intensely for you that I want to show you with this body of mine. I mean, we in the field. Come on. You're not going to let me run away. You're not going to let me fuck anyone in this field. Jesus Christ. Softly, I reached out to Asagiri. A moment passed. His hand moved atop mine, covering it. Oh my god, we're holding hands in public. Someone could see. Then, he slipped his fingers through mine. One after another, our hands came together ever closer. And even though we were simply holding hands, my breath grew awfully hot. Excitement started to take me and my eyes moistened. Hey, just once, could I steal your lips away? Then we'll just pretend we didn't. It'll be our little secret. Let's, Ohgiya. The bell-like voice of his, the beautiful scent of his, and everything about him. I love you, Spacey. The moment our lips came together, as if it were the first kiss of my life, the flames of love burned in my heart. I like how we have to steal a kiss, like sneak a kiss. It's like fucking great. Alright, date scenario! Scent of cherry blossoms. It happened one morning in Ohgiya's room, after we had spent the night together. The morning sun's brilliant rays beamed on my eyelids, waking me up. And when I did, I saw Ohgiya at work at the writing desk. Ohgiya? Spacey, you're up. I am. What are you doing? Oh, I'm putting a little incense together. Incense? He must have been talking about the scent he was always wearing. Did you know that there are two types of incense going around lately, Spacey? There's the type you burn, and the type you put on yourself. That would be perfume, or cologne. Or incense, sure. I don't think I've ever, incense, that you put in an incense burner and you burn it. I have a ton of it, God knows where, and I have an incense burner. I have a fuck ton of candles. I just don't light them because I'm afraid that I'm going to forget, or I'll kick it over and light my house on fire, or, forget about it and blame my house on fire. Anyway. And you gave me the type you put on, right? Right. What I'm making here is the normal incense you burn. Because I really wanted to give you some. He gave me one of his trademark soft smiles, giving an air of sweetness to the room. Oh, thank you. I'd love some. I was a little disappointed that I couldn't think of anything better to say to show my appreciation. But still, Ohgiya smiled, looking glad. And the cherry blossoms are blooming around now, right? So I figured I'd make incense from those. My, how wonderful. Elegant, isn't it? Oh, and every tree has a different scent to it, too. It's pretty interesting. It certainly sounds so. And you must be quite good with your hands to make some yourself. I like crafting things. Also, the stuff you can buy from the merchants all smells the same. Oh, I know. How about we go out flower watching? A scouting trip to find flowers that would make good incense. Are you allowed to leave, though? Oh, they won't mind. We can do whatever we want in Yoshiwara as long as we're back by noon. Reassured by Ohgiya, we left Ohgiya together. And though we went out to look for cherry blossoms, the trees within Yoshiwara held no real surprises. Ultimately, we ended up relaxing in the shrine, gazing at the cherry blossom trees around it. They sure are beautiful. They really are. You know, the cherry blossoms you see outside really are different. So, Spacey, how about a cup? Huh? With a mischievous grin, Ohgiya pulled out a bottle of sake. I figured we need some drink to go flower watching. But if you go and drink before work, don't worry about it. Let's just enjoy a bit together, yeah? Ohgiya pulled a cup from his pocket and handed it to me. But how much work does he do if... Okay, well, later on he starts taking clients again, but beforehand, in our early points of our relationship, he wasn't. So, he's got to quote-unquote go to work. Doing what? You're not taking clients, so you're literally doing nothing. It's basically what I do at work every day, but... Anyway, Ohgiya pulled a cup from his pocket and handed it to me. Then, without asking, he started to pour sake into it. You know I have to work today too, right? Your head'll clear up before then. Actually, no. Being tipsy puts you in a good mood. You'll probably give even better service. Oh, there you go again. I spoke out, exasperated, but seeing Ohgiya smile meant I had to drink with him. I really had a soft spot for the man. Look at how beautiful the cherry blossoms are, Spacey. Makes me wonder which of you is more beautiful. While whispering sweet nothings at me, Ohgiya caught me off guard and made me drink. What you doing, bird? The tilted cup touched my lips, pouring sweet sake into my mouth.
You showing off for the birdies outside, or are they scaring you? Or are you just exercising? You exercising? Keeping your body fit while you're stuck in quarantine? Huh? Social distance. Stay away from the birdies outside. They could have the bird flu.
Anyway, heat overtook my throat. After I let out a stunned breath and blinked, I saw Asagiri's face right before my eyes. A little drink makes you all the more alluring. So what you're saying is you have to get drugged to like me? Whatever. His wet lips came upon mine. The unexpected kiss had my chest tighten. Seeing him giggle away as usual, laughing with his eyes, I couldn't help but find him adorable. Having a little drink in you and dropping your guard just a bit. I just love that side of you, Spacey. Asagiri, drinking so much in the afternoon isn't very... You're still set on saying that. His fingers ran across my lips, and an electric current running up my spine followed them. Come on, Spacey. When you're around me, be more sloppy, lax. Just a bit, yeah? I think if I'm around you, I'll end up a bad girl. Well, sometimes, when you're with me. Just when you're in the pleasure house. Wouldn't it be fun to try being a bad girl? Somewhere in the back of my head, I agreed. Just a little bit would be alright, right? Just a little bit? Spacey, have some? Alright. Of course. Even when I resisted, it always ended up like this. I would do as Asagiri wished. Spacey really is the cutest. Asagiri said to no one in particular as he looked up at the cherry blossoms. The wind blew, bringing the blossoms floating down. As I saw the sheet of pink descend upon Asagiri, I found myself remembering that day. It's just like back then. Back when? The first day I went to your room, when you showered me with flower petals. Okay, so none of the... I knew, like, what she was talking about, and I was thinking of this CG in my head. None of the other in any of the other paths, none of the other, like, date or sequel scenarios had a CG. I know that this is one we've already seen, but they never even popped up a, like, oh, we've already seen that CG. Like, Asagiri special. Anyway. The first day I went to your room, when you showered me with flower petals. Oh, I remember that. I hope so. It was like a week ago. And then, oh, actually, it was a couple months. Well, it really depends on when this date is, but it was a couple of months that we didn't see him. But if this is before that, it was probably only like a couple of weeks. Like, back then, your face was shining so innocently, like you were but a child. Well, I was really happy. You sure seemed it. It was. Oh, that's me. I was. It was the first time someone had done something like that for me. So you couldn't forget me from then, could you? You did that to stop me from forgetting you? Yeah. I didn't want you to forget me. I wanted you to always remember me. Someone who lives in a pleasure house needs to be remembered, you know. Well, even if you hadn't done that, you would have remembered me. Of course. How? How could I forget him? There was no one quite as beautiful, no one quite as charismatic as Asagiri. You know, Spacey, me too. When I saw you covered in petals, I thought I'd never forget you. You too, Asagiri? Of course. You're so beautiful. How could I forget? Those eyes of yours were shining so innocently. Asagiri plucked one of the falling petals and put it into the sake cup. The little patch of pink floated above the clear alcohol without a care in the world. And the cherry blossoms are beautiful, and so are you. He downed the whole cup. And when I realized he did, he surprised me with a kiss yet again. This time he didn't simply place his lips on mine. He tried to open my lips with his wet tongue. With no will to resist, I loosened my lips, and was greeted with a torrent of sake pouring into my mouth. Why is that a thing? Why is it a thing? Sake and Asagiri's tongue danced atop mine. He playfully wrapped his on mine, then licked away. And amidst that, I could briefly feel the texture of the petal between our tongues. I could feel, too, a sweet scent wafting around my mouth. It was probably Asagiri's scent, and it was more than enough to bring drunkenness to my heart. and as I nearly melted in sweet emotion. Hey, Spacey. I was breathing heavily when his lips parted from mine. As he let out heated breaths, too, Asagiri talked to me as he rubbed me with his nose. Double cherry blossoms are very sobering, you see. So maybe you'll be able to keep your drinking a secret when you get home. Really? Well, I don't know if it's true or not. Let me know next time we meet. Wait, you mean this is a double cherry blossom tree? Probably. Is it or isn't it? It probably isn't. Oh, Asagiri, you just keep teasing me. Sorry, Spacey. You're just so cute I can't help myself. Oh, don't get so mad. You make me sad. Sad? Yeah, really sad. Well, don't be such a tease. So more importantly, how about telling me your favorite cherry blossom flower? Huh? Well, there's different kinds, right? So I want to know the flower, the scent you like best. I didn't realize there were different types. I mean, there's different types of cherries, so I guess that makes sense, but... My favorite... I liked... Because if we keep this up, I'm liable to forget why we came out here. Oh. Right. Oh, right. We're looking for something nice, for some nice smelling cherry blossoms. Oh, right. But you were so much prettier than the flowers. I couldn't keep my eyes off you. Asagiri really had a way with words. Though it was a little nice to be strung along by him like that. So which is your favorite? I don't know terribly much about scents. Really, but if I had to choose... Yeah? I like the scent you're always wearing, Asagiri. Since it felt like I was confessing to Asagiri, I could my heart... What? I could feel my heart overtaken by a damp heat, maybe? Do you now? I'm glad to hear, but... Alright, I'll give you this. From his pocket, Asagiri produced a tiny cloth bag. It's a bag of the scent I always use. Okay, this is weird because he gave this to us in his path. So, like, now he's giving us another? Well, I thought that his scent had suddenly gotten stronger. I brought my nose to it and took a sniff of the bag. Wow, it really is. If you got this, you can always have my scent on you. Well, wait. Didn't we say even earlier in this, like... Yeah. This is so bizarre. Because... I mean, this is like a little sachet we carry around, you know what I mean? Because, like, we even said it in the beginning of this part. Like, in this date scenario, it was like, oh, is that what you gave me, the kind you wear? No, I gave you the kind you're supposed to light on fire, stupid. Like, obviously didn't say that, but... Anyway. Oh, thank you. I wrapped it gently in my palms and held it to my chest. My chest filled with joy. Will you remember me with this? Of course I will. Thank you. Well then, shall I escort you to the gate? Asagiri stood up. Though I wanted to stay with him like this. Just as always, time marched emotionlessly on, and it was time to part. But now, I held his incense in my hands. So just a little more cheerfully than usual, I was able to say goodbye to Asagiri. Kind of like a I was able to say goodbye. That's like almost goodbye. Parting ways and like, it's like a weird way to end it, like, but anyway, I like Asagiri and I liked his routes, so I mean, yeah, I'm happy with it. And that was everything, so. We only have one more route to go. We have Kakuto, which we will be starting in the next part. And then, like, I'm already trying to think of, like, what do we play after this? I have no freaking idea. Like, I don't know. I got so many games, so, like, do we do a mixed reviews where it's going to be, like, painful pain to slog through it? Like, what do we do? And the thing is this one and Nightshade are probably wrapping up at the same time. So I gotta think of 2 whole new games. I don't know, guys. So we'll see. I've been trying to think for a little while, but I don't know. So it'll be a surprise. Maybe between now and the end of Gakuto's run. I'll figure it out. Obviously, I have to, but who knows. But anyway, yep, that was Asagiri. I enjoyed his route. I do think I might have liked it better than the other ones. Takagawa's route was really good, though, but I think it's just because I was drawn to Asagiri from the beginning. Not as much as Gakuto, like that motherfucker. Like, I'm excited for this. But he was up there. Like, he was a good second, so that might be why I like it. But I'm actually pretty pleased with this one. I think I like this one better than Kakuya. Not knocking our Kakuya boys. We like them all. Fuck Kagero. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I like the stories in this one better. I don't know. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.